Well, this video didn't take a lot of research or time on my part, but it kind of follows up with something that I didn't wrap up before. There's a Titan missile site. I did a video on that one, and there's a lot of people not happy about that. Some people think it's cool. Some people, there's a lot of input on that one right there. Anyway, I did one on this Titan missile site. There's actually 3 of them in the vicinity. However, if you continue to drive out on this road, what you're going to find is something that looks like this. From an aerial perspective, you come down this road, and suddenly we're running into these objects right here. It almost looks, is that an E? No, it looks like writing, doesn't it? No, it's not. What it is, if you zoom in very close here, look at that. That looks like a B-2 Spirit almost outlined, doesn't it? Okay, what all of these boxes here that are building these are all shipping crates. They're the steel shipping crates that are very common. People even building homes out of them these days, little homes. If you get down close and take a look, you're going to see some of these. It looks like, well, there's a tank in there. Yeah, there's a tank. There's things in here that are munitions and whatnot. And as you look around, you will see that there's a main road here with a lot of targets on it. But if you get way out here, look way off in this corner over here someplace. What do we have? Let's zoom in. What do we have? We're getting tanks and anti-aircraft guns. Very fun place, isn't it? You know what this looks like? It looks like an arcade for fighter pilots. All right, I want to show you something else. You look around, there's actually something up on the hill up here. You'll see a platform right there. And a lot of these are out there. When you find these platforms like this, what you're going to find is they'll go out and set up surface-to-air missiles. They're not really shooting down planes, but they're practicing. Our pilots have to go and train to not get hit by those SAMs, so they're looking for SAMs too. Now, right here, I find a bombing target that is very old, and if I were to measure across it, what do we have here? It's about from here to here. Looking about 0.2 of a mile right there. Now, what I'm going to do is zoom over to an old video I did. I've got one here called Grassmere Bullseye. And yeah, I've got a video on this. And look, what do we see here? We see another one of those targets on the ground. And this one too, if we measure it. Is 0.2 of a mile across. So they're both the same spec. This is the same target in 2 different locations. All right, there's another one of these. Let me back up and find it real quick. I know I can zoom in on it. As we get over here, we're going to find this. This is going to be recognizable. This is Saylor Creek bombing area. This is where they're actually dropping munitions. But if we take a look in here and zoom in, we're going to see another one of those bombing targets. However, I just look at it and I know by the scale that I'm in on here, I think, oh, that one's huge compared to the other 2. If we were to measure this one from the farthest, is that the next one, the farthest? I think so. Almost looks like there could be one there. Anyway, right there. That's 0.77 miles. I don't have it measured that well. It's probably about 0.8 of a mile across there then. This one's a big one. That's an old bombing target. That would have been used as dropping bombs, actual training munitions, small training munitions on that bombing target a long time ago. In fact, in the video I did on that, the target, I wandered around on that thing and I found bits and pieces of exploded metal and munitions that were all lightweight aluminum kind of stuff. It wasn't big steel or anything. You could tell that they were training munitions that were being dropped there. That they were actually, you could see that. Did you hit it? Wait till it popped. There we go. Yep, I hit it or I missed it. Certainly all the ones I found in the target were hits. But yeah, they were dropping actual munitions on those. But what happens over time? We need to improve things. We got better technology. You don't have to just drop and try to hit this thing. Now you can put your crosshairs on a tank down here and shoot it. Do that now. We're getting a lot more detailed, a lot more accuracy. We've got video capabilities now, like video game complexity, that makes it so that when a pilot shoots one of these things, the computers are taking into account what he's seeing, what his gun is aiming at, what the ground conditions are like, and they'll tell him whether he hit it or not. You scored, you didn't score. I'm going to include this. If you spend enough time on foot in the right places out there in the area, you will find bits and pieces of chaff that are probably Vietnam era, I would think. And probably from the same era, you will find places where, if you're familiar with an M60 machine gun, you'll know that all of the rounds are put together with these steel clips. You'll go out there and find places where it's like, well, all of these steel clips are like scattered all over this. If you walk around, you keep running into these. What's going on? And you realize, okay, they're dropping from overhead. That stuff used to happen. That stuff doesn't happen anymore. Now it's done electronically. So it works that way. All right, well, let's go take a closer look at it is what I want to do. I'm going to drive out here, and I'm just going to come up to the very first one, and you'll see why in a second. Let's go take a look. So as we approach, you come up and there's no gate. There is a cattle guard. And if we head across here, we're coming into an area that looks like it has a bunch of military equipment on the ground. The first thing we see here is these are anti-aircraft guns, but they're not real. They are mock-ups. They're full size. The entire place is set up with big steel, the shipping crates. I'm not going to head through there. But we'll go up and take a look at one of these a little closer. So the GoPro camera is not a good camera to do this long range kind of stuff, but I can look and see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. The place is scattered, absolutely scattered with targets. This is an arcade for fighter pilots. As I approach, you can see what they've got up here is that there's a simulated radar, a little piece on the top round looking up, and then some guns looking. This is something that would track an aircraft with the radar and then shoot it down with the guns if it was actually a real piece of equipment. But you can see, oh, what have we got here? It's metal. There you go. Full scale, mock-up, training. This is as far as I need to go into it. It's scattered. You can see from the Google Earth picture, scattered with this kind of equipment. All along that fence line way down there too. They're all over. And on the far side, see that hill? On the far side with the buildings up on top of it, that is where that other radar or that bombing ring, that 0.2 of a mile diameter bombing ring is on the ground, all right here. All right, so this is what's going to stop the exploring. I won't go any further. I won't overfly it with a drone. U.S. government property, look how faded it is. It's unlawful to enter the area without the permission of the installation commander. Well, I didn't ask them. I'm sure they mean the Mountain Home Air Force Base commander, not the commander of this installation. Otherwise, we got permission. Yeah. All right. Ready to head home, sweetheart? Okay. All right, well, that's it for this video. It was just a short little one that I know that I could do to show people. It'd be kind of that's a curiosity. Not many people see something like that. I certainly hadn't seen it before until starting to explore and, looking on Google Earth and finding things and realizing, boy, there's a lot of stuff out there, actually. And a lot of it you can kind of just drive to. And there's a lot of history. They've been doing this for a lot of years, and they've been doing it since probably... Yeah, I can imagine B-25s and B-17s out there dropping some sort of things at some point in time. And now, today, we're out there with more advanced fighter aircraft and whatnot. Anyway, okay, that's it. I don't have knowledge of it. I'm not any I'm not privy to any more information than what I provided here. It's just, hey, let's go take a look. It's a curiosity. Now I'm done with it. I'm going to go find something else to do. Hope you enjoyed the video. See you in the next one.